Hi everyone, I'm David.
And I'm Leah, and this is Wine Forecaster.
So there are three famous fortified wines. There's port wine, there's Madeira, and then there's sherry. And sherry's from Spain. It's from the the Andalusian area of southern Spain. It comes from an area called Jerez. And well, this isn't a Spanish sherry. This is a cream sherry from Goose from the Finger Lakes. So this is going to be really interesting to try. We've not really done a lot of cream sherries, have we?
I don't think, well, the last time I used sherry was in a recipe for cooking. So this is supposed to be a sweeter wine. It's actually amazing when you look up sherry and you try to get more information on it. There's a lot of different classifications, at least from the Spanish side. Yeah, usually
sherries will get categorized into two different types, Fino and Oloroso. And the difference between the two is just characterized by the yeast that settles over the top of the sherry in the barrel.
Right.
And it's usually the Fino that has the
yeast.
Has the yeast on it. And that's because it has a lower alcohol level, so it's able to form on it. The Oloroso has a higher level, like 18 to 20%, so it doesn't develop that. And that allows the sherry to oxidize, and it becomes a little more brown in color and a more nutty flavor. And that's how they describe this, as a nutty flavor. So, and it's 18% alcohol, so it probably is that category, the Oloroso. And it also says it's I'm expecting it to be brown.
Yeah, I am too. We'll see. You know, it would be interesting to know, and unfortunately, Goose Watch didn't mention what grapes they actually used.
Yeah.
And usually with the cream sherry, it's a blend of a couple of different grapes. And of course, this is on the sweeter side. So for like a cooking sherry, you're thinking of something that's very dry, that doesn't have a whole lot of sweetness to it. But this is considered a dessert wine, so it'll be interesting to see.
Yeah. So again, it has that brown, very pretty brown color to it. I'm going to put a little more in your glass just so they can see on the camera a little better. There we go.
So it has almost like a hazelnut color to it. It's a light brown. You actually get a hazelnut to the nose too. It's very nutty.
Extremely nutty. And warm. It's got a warm nose to it.
Yeah, I almost get a little bit of citrus in there too.
This is something that I gather you'd want to have in a nice port glass like what we're drinking this out of, and right near the fire, on a cold Saturday night, with a nice book, with your special someone next to you, maybe the dog there at your feet. Just had something really great for dinner, you're kind of full, and this is just going to top off the night.
It's nice. It's not crazy sweet like what you would see with a typical dessert wine, but it has some sweetness to it. It is high in alcohol. It's 18%, and you definitely get that, especially near the finish.
You feel that, yeah.
But it's not really concentrated in flavor like what you would see with other dessert wines. How would you describe it?
It's a caramel flavor.
Yeah.
Again, nutty. Those are the two. Those are the two big components.
I would definitely agree with that.
Yeah.
Very nutty. And I made something to pair with this.
Yes.
And that's apple crisp. And I kind of guesstimated, but I knew it wasn't going to be quite as sweet as most dessert wines. So I thought about apple crisp.
And this should go great.
And it is fall, so it's perfect. Just your classic recipe. I used Empire apples, which took forever to cook. And that goes very well. And sometimes they say that you can put dessert wines on the dessert. I preferred not to do that, especially on camera. But I could actually see you doing this. You could pour
just a little bit. I wouldn't want to drown it.
Yeah. No, absolutely not.
Now, cream sherries, sherry in general, a lot of times you have to drink them fairly soon after opening them. But I've read that some of the cream sherries they're like port wines, being that they're fortified. you can probably keep this in a cool environment, closed, and it'll last for probably 1 to 2 months. So, and if it doesn't, well, your nose will tell you, and when you taste it, it won't taste very good.
Just a quick word on cream sherry and the word for it. Apparently back in the 1800s there was a woman who was trying cream sherry, and the name hadn't been made yet. And she had tried a regular type of sherry first, and it was very, very dry. And then she tried a cream sherry, and so she said, well, if the dry sherry is milk, then this is cream. So, and you know what?
Was her name Sherry? I think her name was Sherry.
I have to say, though, it's very smooth. Would you agree with that? Excellent education on sherry, I think. Again, it would be nice to know what the grapes are.
Especially since it was made in the Finger Lakes. That's the part that really would be interesting to know, even just to have on their website somewhere, so that you can discover, you know, how the winemaker made the wine. We don't know.
Right. So it's $15.99 per bottle. Great idea if you want to try something completely different, especially have a nutty dish. I could see a hazelnut dish going really, really well with this, a hazelnut tart. That might be in the future. So,
yeah. Well, something worth trying. Something a little different. So, all right. Well, thanks for watching us today. And check out our other wine reviews that we have. And you can look on our website at fingerlakeswinereviews.com or wineforecaster.com. I'm David.
And I'm Leah. Thanks for joining us.